Welcome back. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Disney Done Differently. So what do we have coming up this week? The big game. You can only say big game. They copyrighted the name. My friend Bill from the Airbnb Disney podcast, congratulations, your boys are in it. Your boys are in it to win it. Joe Burrow, I wouldn't mess with him right now. So why not make a couple of appetizers, a couple of game day snacks that you can make the day of and have fun with your friends. I don't want to hear about chips and salsa. I would like to say thank you though to everybody that's stuck along. I haven't made a video in a month. What's been going on? I was on an amazing cruise with some chefs. We went to the west coast of Mexico. I ate food that was so authentic in Mazatlan that I wish I videotaped all of it, but I couldn't because not only was I enjoying the food with my friends and my wife, we could not believe how many stops. 13 stops, folks, between bakeries and having tortas and tacos. And I had Nopals for the first time inside of Pico de Gallo. Nopals are cactus. Delicious. I've actually bought some since then, and a recipe will come out. And it's been freaking freezing in Florida. And this year, with the channel, I'd like to do a lot more cooking outside. Show you how to use a grill as an oven. I have a Traeger grill. I have a flat top out there. And I just want to show you how to have fun. I did say that we were going to add some items that are going to be a little healthier because I feel that everybody could use that. Beginning of the year, there's no reason ever to shy away from changing your diet, but still have fun with food. It's all about that. So, with that said, today, not so healthy, but delicious. Let's go. Alright, so we're going to start with our wings. So, you can buy party wings. Party wings will have the drumstick and the flat. The wing part will be missing. What I like to do for my wings, there's two ways you could actually do them. Main thing is you want them as dry as possible. And for your final product, you want them as crispy as possible. So, just lay them out on some paper towel. Pat them dry. If you have the time, do this the night before and place this into your refrigerator. Just like this, nice and dry. So these are dry. I'm going to throw these in to the bowl. And this pulls off all the moisture. And this is how you're going to have a consistent, always nice, crispy wing. You're going to see, folks, this does not take long. There's no crazy items to it. It's just science. Okay, so our wings are dry. Okay. All right, to that, I am going to add some salt. And here's the key ingredient to get your wings crispy. Baking powder. So I'm just going to take a good size amount of baking powder. Put this here. 2, 3. Proper measurement would be 1 teaspoon to 1 teaspoon for every 10 wings. And you want them white. You want them covered. Cover it like snow. I know some of you people watching have been dealing with some crazy snow. Here in Florida, the weather's been insane. It's been a little too cold. But we'll get there. Alright. Those look good to me. Wired wrap. I'm just going to lay them out. I'm doing 2 different types of wings. For tonight, basically just for two different sauces, the wings are the same. You want to make sure you have enough room in between the wing. They will shrink, but you want enough room between each wing. We're going to put this in the oven at 400 degrees. That means it's preheated. We're going to drop this in the oven for 25 minutes on one side, and then we're going to flip them another 25 minutes, and I'll show you how to test them with the proper temperature. Alright, for the next one we're going to do sweet and sour meatballs. Simple. Easy. Again, it says party. This is the big game. You can find these in your local supermarket. They're in the freezer section. They're pre-made Italian meatballs. Don't tell my grandmother, but for a party situation, they work out great. Just defrost them, put them in a bowl, put them on the side, because the key thing for this dish is going to be the sauce that we're going to make. So, to start with this sauce, you want a regular saucepan, and you're going to start with a half a cup of ketchup. Okay, get all that in there. Your next item is going to be soy sauce. Alright, we're going to use a quarter cup of soy. Alright, I'm using less sodium soy. This is not going to be an Asian style. You guys will see. So we got soy and we have our ketchup in there. Instead, you can use regular garlic. I got this garlic paste. Equivalent of 1 clove is about a half a teaspoon. So we're going to put that in there. And then I'm going to go in with 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. Brown sugar in there. I'm also going to use 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Why? Because this is going to thicken it up. Okay? And now, the part that gets you, we're going to go in with 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. 1, 2. Let's give that a big mix. So you want to make sure that the cornstarch is dissolving within the apple cider vinegar, the ketchup, the garlic, and the brown sugar. Okay. I'm going to place this on the heat for a simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. Alright, so now we got for our third. 3 down, third down. So what I have here is just simple breakfast sausage. But what I don't want for this is the casing. So we're just going to slice this straight through. And it peels right off. Okay? So you're just going to peel the casing off of these little lengths of sausage. Again, slice it, open it up, and the casing will come right off. That's not our friend right now. So I got a couple in the bowl there, all set. And what we're going to do is, you can do this with puff pastry. I prefer to use the blue one. It's got a little more buttery flavor, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There we go. Alright, so this is actually the bread one. They have a pizza crust, they have the rolls. Use what you like, folks. Main thing is, you can make your own dough. If you got time like that on the big game day, knock yourself out. I'm just trying to show you some simple, fun, delicious items that you could have fun with for a party atmosphere that you don't have to kill yourself for. Okay, so we'll stretch that out and stretch this guy out here. Okay, and pull, and pull, and pull, and pull, and pull. Alright, now we're going to just take our sausage links that we have, no casing on these. Look at that, 3 of them fit perfectly, just like that. Alright, and now we're going to pull and fold over. And pull and fold over. And again, and fold over. Alright, now I just want you to take your thumb and go right along, and you're going to seal it. Okay, and then just come right across. Actually use the knife that you were using before. And don't do that. But if you do, just pinch it close. Alright, you're going to roll it back to you. Okay. And you just want to make it nice and even. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do the next row real quick. Just so I can get this out of my way. At this point, you should have a sheet pan that has parchment paper on it. And listen folks, again, do other things. I've made these, if I was using the puff pastry, some of you on the live stream, I don't know if it was Christmas, no, it had to be Thanksgiving. I made something similar to this with sausage out of the casing, and then I took it and I added mustard before baking it. Okay, so now we have this. Let's cut this in half. Okay. Make sure that those are pinched closed. Did a better job of pinching them closed on the first one than the second one. Alright. Let's cut these in half again. Okay. Pinch closed, pinch closed. Separate them like that. One last time. We'll cut them in half. The baking instructions for these are a little different than just the package because you have the sausage to cook. So I like to cook these at 400 degrees for approximately 20 minutes. You got to check them. You know, everybody's oven works completely differently. No pun intended on that one. So here we go. And from here, we got our parchment paper. Spray it a little bit. Let's get these guys nice and lined up. I mean, will it fit? Yes. Why? Because we're going to make it. And then, for fun, everything seasoned bagel. Just to add a little crunch, a little color to the tops, so they're not so boring. Whatever sticks, sticks. Each one will look different. Have fun with food. And there you go. We got the little sausage rolls. That's 3. Alright, the meatballs are on the stove. Those are simmering. We got the wings just flipped over on the inside. Why don't we go ahead and mix a couple of the sauces that we're going to use for the wings. Alright, so to start for the first sauce, this is going to be our garlic Parmesan wings. So we're going to use a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Use good olive oil, folks. Either buy the extra virgin at Costco, the Kirkland brand, or this California blend. There's a lot of olive oils out there that are not olive oil. It's been tested. It's actually a bunch of canola oil, which is not good for you. Alright, so now, as you guys know, you should measure this. This should be approximately, I would say, a 1/2 teaspoon of each. So we have some thyme. There's a 1/2 teaspoon thyme. Smoked paprika, okay? 1/2 teaspoon, and a little for good luck. Oregano, 1/2 teaspoon, and garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon, and some for Chris. Okay, we're going to take all of those. Now, I have Parmesan cheese. All right, this is actually Pecorino Romano, grated. What I prefer. We're just going to take a fork real quick. And we'll mix this. Now, when the wings come out, we're going to add them to a bowl. We'll coat them in this. Once I feel they're nice and coated with all these herbs and beautiful olive oil, then we'll hit it with the Parmesan cheese. Alright folks, 3 down, we're on the 4th down. This one, a little out of the box. So I just took regular tortillas, throw them in the microwave for a couple of minutes so they're nice and pliable and not stiff. Alright, and I have 2 types of cheese here. So I have a Colby pepper jack and a mozzarella. So shredded mozzarella. You can buy this right out of the bag. Again, this is to save you time during that big game day that you're going to be having. And just to have something fun for everybody. Alright, so got the mozzarella there. This is Colby and pepper jack mix. I grated this. We're going to mix this around. So it's got a little bit of that jalapeno with the Colby cheese. Okay. Now before everybody goes crazy, I'm going to add some bacon. And a good amount. Don't be cheap. Your guests are coming over. They're going to be in your house forever with the halftime show and everything. Don't be cheap. Keep them full. I'd rather see you have fun with this than sitting around with just some salsa and chips. But since we said chips, that's right folks. Your choice. You can use, I made this with the one company that makes Maui onion chips. Those work. We use regular potato chips. I'm going to add this right here. A good amount. So you got bacon, potato chips. Then we take this guy. Little press. And this guy. Little press, and now into the oven just for meltage. As you can hear that sound, everything's about to come together. Let's go. Okay, so meatballs. We're going to start with the meatballs. So those are done. All we did, remember that sauce that we did? And then I threw those meatballs in there and let them simmer. And now you have some Swedish meatballs. Put some of these on this plate. Okay. and think about how your guest is going to eat them. So a couple little skewers in between makes it nice. Okay, next we got the little sausage, guys, right? With the everything bagel seasoning. We'll just stack these up right here. I can't wait to try these. Alright, and now let's not forget about our wings. So our wings are done. Alright, I want to show you the wings real quick. But now we have to finish them. Alright? I want to show you though. Ooh, they're hot. You hear the sound? That's how crispy they are. Last minute I threw it under the broiler real quick just to get a little bit of color on there. And now what are we going to do? So we're going to take our tongs. Alright, and we're going to throw in 10 pieces of our wings. Mix it up, some flats and from... Alright, and now remember we have that sauce that we made, right? For the first one, it's the Italian sauce. So we're going to take a spoon. I'm going to add, actually I'm going to mix this first. And I'm going to add it right to my wings. Okay, give those a nice mix. So this one has the paprika, oregano. They're getting coated nicely with the olive oil. And then we finish it with Parmesan cheese. And that'll coat it perfectly. Oh, the smell of the Parmesan cheese is delicious on these already. So we'll throw our wings onto here. And you get all this lovely leftover sauce. Drizzle it right on top. So that's the one sauce. Okay, so you got the wings here. You can take that. Give this a quick mix. And this you could smell right away. You smell the garlic, the honey, the gochujang that we mixed in there. Wrong tongs. No, those are the right tongs. Don't do what I did. Use a larger bowl so that everything mixes easier for yourselves. But look at the coating on them. You just see that's the way I like wings. So now this one, I'm going to plate to the side here. Because I'm going to do this one a little different. And yes, I'm going to throw a little bit of the sauce there. But what I like to do, add a little bit of the sauce to a nice bowl. And place that right there. And then how do we finish this one? Nothing special, folks. It's all in a regular grocery aisle. Let's just put some sesame seeds. Why are we putting sesame seeds? Well, maybe somebody doesn't know that that one has Parmesan on it. Some into the sauce. And that's done. So what does that leave us with? Our quesadilla. So it's going to push these to the side. All right, I'm going to take the rest of these and put them onto this platter. I'm going to take these meatballs. Put these onto here. And now, coming out of the oven, the star of the show, potato chips. Extremely hot, coming out fresh. Let's see. There's one. There's two. You know, I always try to use that pizza cutter, but I'm being very honest with you folks. It never works. Absolutely never works for me. I don't know what it is. I'm better off with a knife. And again, don't worry about the shape. Have fun. And here we have some game day snacks. So there's a platter, right? We have the sausage, we have the Korean wings, Swedish, sweet and tangy meatballs, or Swedish meatballs, our quesadilla, and here's pretty much the same. The sausage rolls, these are the Parmesan wings, the meatball, and the quesadilla. I really hope you're enjoying these. I hope you like the way these look. Quick and easy. Something to have fun during a game. Alright, so you guys have been waiting. You waited a little while. It's been a while since I've done this for everybody. The Swedish meatball. Beautiful. Sweet and tangy. Apple cider vinegar. Get you right in the back, right there. Wonderful appetizer. They can't beat that one. Mini sausage roll. I can't believe we're gonna eat all these. Let's see. Oh. You know what that needs? Mustard. A little dipping sauce of mustard. This would be unbelievable. Get the flavor of the everything bagel, the bite of the sausage, the crust of the crescent roll that we got. Excellent. Alright. Parmesan wing. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Parmesan wing. Here we go. Oh, it's beautiful. It's juicy still. And the cheese gives you such a little bite. Alright, let's go for, I'm gonna go for a little dip. Korean style. Gochujang, chili paste, honey, sesame seeds. Oh, that's delicious. A little bit of a spice, hot wing, but not your boring hot sauce with butter. Delicious. And the moment you probably all been waiting for. Why I'm a psycho. Cheese, bacon, potato chips on a tortilla. That's delicious. Woo! So hot. So hot. Oh. Delicious. Folks, make these at home. Have them for your big game day. You know what I'm going to make for my game day? Not one of these. Why? Because the Bengals are in the Super Bowl, and my friend Bill set me up with this during the season. So Bill Garrity from the Airbnb Disney podcast, when do you eat Skyline Chili? A gift from someone that's there, someone that's been a Bengals fan his whole life. This is what I'm having. So until then, folks, I hope you liked what you saw today. Please like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends, tell your friends. We're back. So much more to come. Let's get this weather going outside so I can start cooking outside for you. Prediction, the game. I'm going with the Bengals winning 32-28 over the Rams. Stafford's done. He can't do anything, even in LA. Congratulations, Bill, making the Super Bowl with your team. Barry, my Vikings hat, I got it over there, my chef's hat. I'm sorry I didn't wear it for this. This is all about the Bengals. And on a side note, bet the under on the national anthem, and I'm taking the color orange for the Gatorade that gets poured over the coach. Till next time, everybody.